didn't, but other people gave her a lot of shit, and anytime she went out with him, they'd be like, oh, are you babysitting?
It's like when Ross dates Elizabeth.
Exactly.
Friends.
I just don't know why you would want to date someone in high school when you're not in high school anymore.
I mean, it makes sense if they're like a senior and you're like, well, you're going to graduate soon and
if
then
it's a year
X, Y, and
apart.
Z. Or like the Spinner Jane thing I never thought was that weird, although she's technically like 2 years younger than him because he should have graduated a year earlier than he did.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But like that also didn't really bother me that much because A, he was held back a year, and B, he's still in town, still in that area. I don't know, that didn't bother me because it's not like he was like gone away. But if any younger than Jane, I would have been like, okay, this is too much, yo.
Anyway, then we're with Mrs. Coyne.
Can we get into fashion, please?
Yes, please.
Oh my
I have
God,
a lot
hat.
of things.
Mrs. Coyne's wearing a weird hat.
She's wearing a bird cage, and I love it. It's bananas. That's like something that you wear to like a very fancy funeral or a fancy wedding or the Kentucky Derby or you're going out with the Queen. End of list. Those are all the times that is appropriate, and I love that she's just wearing it to pick her children up from school. She is my style icon.
That was great. So most of my notes about fashion are about Jay's facial hair.
Jay looks great.
Oh my God.
Jay looks amazing, and I love his facial hair. I'm like, I was saying before we started recording, Jay was always pretty good looking, and yet he still had a glow up somehow, which is impressive.
He's beautiful. Spinner is also looking really good.
One of my notes is literally Spinner's arms, heart eyes.
Yep. Yeah. I wrote, hello, Spinner's arms in that blue tank top.
Oh my God, the blue tank top, though. In the same scene with Fiona's mom wearing a bird cage, Fiona is wearing this, like, plaid vest dress that gets weirdly puffy at the bottom. I hated it.
Okay, speaking of Fiona clothing, one of my notes is, there's this... Corey, we're recording. Yeah.
Just leave it all in.
One of my notes is, so there's a scene later where it's Fiona and Holly J and Declan when they come out of Declan's room at like breakfast or whatever, and Fiona wears this outfit for several scenes. What is she wearing? Like at one point she turns and I was like, wait, is like there a shiny belt? Like what is happening? Her whole outfit was just a little
I don't remember. But at the pool party, her bikini is on point. She has a very, like, for someone who claims to be, like, a style, like, maven, like, the only good outfit I've ever seen her in is that bikini. It's the only thing that's, like, even kind of on trend.
I will say, I think her fashion...
The bikini was weird.
Oh, really? I like her bikini. I will say her fashion, much like her personality, does improve over the course of the show. Or at least I thought it did.
I also think it was a really weird time for fashion.
That's true.
So she was probably on trend. It was just all not great.
It's a dark time.
Jane wears a tiny vest.
Oh, yes. I had the tiny vest note. I owned a couple of tiny vests at this exact time in my life, so
Same.
I can't judge. Declan wears long sleeves, and I'm like, New York in the summer is hot. What is he doing?
He even said it was going to be sweltering.
And he wears a lot of long sleeves.
New York in the summer is hot as fuck.
That said, he also wears a suit at one point, and I'm like, Declan looks great in a suit.
He looks great in all things.
He really, truly does.
The guy that Jane meets in the park that ends up being her weird old man boyfriend for a minute, he's wearing, like, the craziest newsboy cap.
Yes!
Bad.
Yes! I'm like, what is happening?
When we see J. Manuel, he has, like, a big old skull on the back of his blazer.
Of course he does. In that same scene,
cool with that.
Holly J looks straight like she just lifted Blair Waldorf's look.
Holly J's trying so hard to be Blair Waldorf.
There's a lot of everybody trying to be Gossip Girl when we're in New York in this episode.
Let's see what was. Oh, I don't like Manny's bangs. Her haircut, like she is so pretty. Half of my notes are literally, even though I hate Manny's hair, she's so pretty.
She's just so pretty.
She's so beautiful, but her haircut is just not flattering to her face somehow. And I'm like, I can't believe they like if you're acting, I can't believe you're like the stylists out there letting you get away with this. What's happening?
I have no idea. I think in the same scene that she's wearing a tiny vest, Jane is wearing an enormous red belt.
Yes, she is.
I think that's a different.
Are you sure?
She wears like a plaid tank toppy shirt with like the giant red belt.
Fiona, in a similar vein, wears an enormous blue belt that is so bright.
Okay, Fiona and Holly J dressed up way, way too much for this internship.
Yes,
Because
they
on
do.
like the day they go out on the same day, Holly J's wearing like a cocktaily, like flouncy gray dress, like shiny dress, and then Fiona's wearing like a beaded, sparkly black dress. I'm like, what are you? Where do you think you were going?
Okay, the beaded, sparkly black dress. That's the dress that I was originally talking about because it was like the
Okay.
light caught it in a weird way, and like I was like, why is her waist shiny? What is happening?
Yeah, that's what that was then. When Emma goes to meet Spinner and is like, we're going to play basketball. First of all, not wearing basketball shoes at all.
Nope.
Second of all, inexplicably wearing 2 crosses.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Jane wears a blue zebra sparkly shirt when they're like practicing with the band.
I extremely hate Emma's dress when they're at the casino. It is yellow and unflattering.
Ooh, yeah, it's
Nope,
bad.
I had that note too.
And Mandy's like super silky, weird printed dress is also a weird look.
I ignored that simply because she and Jay were so cute together. I was like, it's fine.
They're adorable.
They're adorable, but her dress was also bad. The next day when they are all like, oh no, you guys got married. Spoiler alert. Manny's dress is terrible. And the lady that they are like, you made us get married when we were drunk, you dummy. Her hair is out
my
of
God.
control.
Okay, wait.
Bananas.
She is clearly meant to like represent like Texas, and I'm like, we're in Canada. I'm so confused.
I'm confused by everything that's happening. But her hair is crazy. It's her hair like... She looks like she's trying really hard to be a scene kid, but she's in her 40s. I'm very confused by the entire scenario.
It was also just very large.
It's very weird.
I hate Spinner's wedding outfit. That's all I wrote for that. No more detail.
The next day he has a chain on his jeans. I wrote that down.
I was fine with that.
Fiona's dress when she is like super drunk at that cocktail party and has like what I would describe as a meltdown is super good.
I love that dress.
The best outfit she wears other than the bikini. I forgot about that dress, but it's fucking great.
Yeah, no, I love that dress too. I didn't like Holly J's though.
No, I wrote down she looks like she's going to the prom.
She did, and I'm like,
the green.
yeah. I'm like, if this was a prom dress, I'd like it, but it didn't work.
I don't think I have any other fashion notes. I didn't hate Emma's wedding dress. Like, whatever.
Emma's wedding dress was fine. I hated Spinner's, and I understand it's like this is more of a party than like a wedding, so he's not going to wear a tux, but I didn't like the colors in his suit. But he
wore a black tie on top of a black shirt, which like is
No.
a very specific look that you can only do if you're doing like all black with like an accent or something.
It
You
was
just need a better
mostly,
stylist.
Like a lavender tie, like Jay wears.
Jay looks great.
I was fine with Jay's outfit. But Spinner's, it was more the color of his jacket, like his blazer thing that I was like, I don't like this. This is not it. I don't know. It didn't work for me.
Oh, and Peter's wearing like rolled up jeans with flip flops at the wedding while he's playing his guitar.
I
It's
mean,
weird.
they're at the
course he
beach.
I mean,
But why didn't you just wear like I feel like it was weird, just the rolled up jeans.
especially since he's one of the only people that knows it's a wedding ahead of time.
Exactly.
Also, can we talk about Holly J's headscarf when they get into the convertible? Because it is leopard print and crazy, and I definitely have a childhood photo of myself like that Holland is laughing because she's seen it, and it's great. Thank God for braces and puberty.
Liberty changed her hair, and I'm into it. I'm just into seeing
yeah,
Liberty
it's shorter.
again. Yeah, it's shorter.
I know, it was very good to see Liberty again. She was
And
like, what is happening?
And also, she was everyone in that moment. She had like 3 lines, and all of them were just like, "Yep, we're with
What?
you."
What? Yeah.
I think her exact words at one point were, "Well, that's unusual." And I was just like, "I love you, Liberty. I missed you so much."
Oh, it's the last
Holly
time I see
J
her.
wears heels to the batting cages.
Oh my god, the batting cages. What the fuck was this movie?
I have notes on that too. But yeah, that was most of mine. I had several notes about why is Declan wearing long sleeves? Why is Declan wearing long sleeves? Why is Declan wearing long sleeves?
Yeah, it would not be.
Is he like ashamed of his arms? Because I feel like he'd have good arms. I don't understand.
Have we seen his arms? Doesn't he always wears like button-up shirts and ties?
I mean, I know he's trying to be baby Chuck Bass, but like even Chuck Bass rolled his sleeves up sometimes.
That's very true. Even Chuck Bass wore a polo here and there.
Yeah, he played tennis and wore polo in one episode for sure. I remember.
Like a nice purple polo.
You can still be eccentric with your short sleeves, Declan. You don't have to die of heat in New York.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
not worth it.
It's so not. Yeah, no, it's just like, New York in the summertime gets to a point where it's like, you have to take like 2 showers a day because you're just...
Oh, it's terrible. And at least, like, Holly J and Fiona both, like, have their arms out at least. Like, they're both, like, summer attire, so I don't understand, like, why Declan is not.
All right, I'm out of fashion notes, and we're still on the first page of my notes, you guys. So.
I think the answer to that is they didn't actually film in the summer, so they didn't care.
No, they did. I remember, because they filmed when I was living here my freshman year. I remember it was definitely warm out when they were filming.
Yeah, well, and also, if it wasn't summer when they were filming here, why were the girls in summer-appropriate clothing?
I don't know.
Movie magic.
Because the movie takes place during summer.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't know, whatever.
Okay, so yeah,
plot holes.
We're still at the scene with Miss Coyne.
So everyone is going to we're with Jay. I just know we saw Jay.
No, that's not yet.
Oh my god, we're still on my first page of notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fashion to go through. So she's just like, yeah, you guys are all staying at the penthouse. Holly J's staying in the guest room, and they're like, yeah, okay.
But I won't be there for 2 weeks, so who knows what I know?
Pretty much. And that's pretty much the gist of it.
My only note for this scene was, you guys, I swear Fiona gets better. I swear.
She's
awful.
She really is, but I always forget she was terrible because she ends up becoming like one of my all-time favorite Degrassi characters, and I always forget how terrible she started. But like I think as the movie goes on, it becomes very clear she is just troubled.
Yeah.
And then Jane and Spinner are together, and
they're getting fucking tattoos.
Because they're like, we have our graduation pact, and then they go get tattoos together, which is never a good idea.
I just wrote, I really hope these aren't matching tattoos.
Well, they're not matching, but they're a pair, because Jane gets a lock on her lower back, and Spinner gets a key on his, like, upper back. It's a lot, and they're both ugly.
How would that even work? They would have to lay back to back upside down. It would be like a 69, but pointless.
But then as they...
I didn't even think about like the logic of how the lock and the key would work. I was just like, oh, it's a symbol, and then you had to make it literal.
That's my move.
But then, as they're doing this, Jane is like, guess what? I got into Stanford. It's in California. And he's like, what? I thought you were going to stay here. Blah. And he gets mad and, like, storms out mid-tattoo.
Both of those tattoos are really bad.
But then we're at graduation. And we see that Johnny DeMarco is an honors grad. And Danny is surprised.
Danny is surprised. And Johnny DeMarco's like, I read. And we're all like, yeah, Johnny DeMarco reads. And then they're like... Why are we talking to each other? And they walk away.
That was my favorite line. Why are we talking? I was like, I like that Degrassi is self-aware about this being weird.
Also, the only realistic graduation ceremony the school has had, well, at least the location, because it was outside for once, which is where, at least that's what all the graduation ceremonies I've been to.
Really? My school always did it in our gym. Always.
We wouldn't fit in our gym.
No, ours was outside.
My graduating class was like just over 100 people.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine was like 500.
And it's never been clear how big of a school Degrassi is. That is never established well.
Although they all go up one at a time to accept their
that's
diplomas, which is weird.
That's normal. That's at my school too.
You would like all sit down, and people from the audience would just go up and get it and go sit down one at a time.
Well, no, we got in a line and they called our names.
Well, yeah, that's how you do it. But they were like, everybody was just sitting down, and Miss Hatzalakis was like, Danny, who's going to Cornell, and he gets up, gets his diploma, and goes and sits down.
We would do it line by line. Oh, I had a question off that too. Oh wait, we skipped ahead though, because before we get to that, we have the scene where Jay is basically telling Spinner he's being stupid, and I just wrote Jay in all caps.
Jay's back, and he's beautiful.
He looks so good.
Oh my god.
And he's like, bro, some girls are just worth the trouble. And Spinner's like, long distance. And he's like, hey, California makes a good booty call or something gross like that.
He points out that when the more time they spend apart, when the girl comes back, they really are happy to see you. I'm just like, oh, Jay.
He says, absence makes the girl grow. Happy to see you, or whatever. He says something like that.
But Spinner also establishes that he and Manny see each other, like, was it like every like
Yeah, he's like, Manny's here every other weekend.
and I'm